As you could see, we're about to start playing some Black Hawk Rescue Mission 5, but before we do, let's get to some pleasantries and some things that I have to say. Okay, so in case some of you are aware, but in case some of you don't, the Lost Narrator's been demonetized. Also, in case you're curious on who she is, the Lost Narrator is a writer for My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, horror fanfic, and/or fanfiction for sure. And that's a short word for fanfiction. She's also Magpie's wife and/or second in command. She's like, she and Magpie are super close, like super uber duper close. Don't judge them. Right? Don't judge them. If you do, never mind. Sorry. As I was saying, I watched Magpie's recent video about being demonetized and saying that her credit card was stolen, and she said that her credit card was stolen by some thief and trying to impersonate her on Discord. And I'm kind of surprised that Magpie's got her and that has spread. I'm kind of surprised that Magpie has spread on Discord. And to be honest, I have Discord too, and I've been wanting to employ her, or rather enlist her and Lost as voice actors for an audio drama I'm working on. Anyways, aside from that, she mentioned that she never got to do her auction commissions of rarity. I hate this, and Magpie, Lost, or any of Magpie, or fans, or anyone who are familiar with them, I think Magpie's mistaken her rarity auction as a scammer. She mistook them. Like, she wrongly judged them as a scammer. Look, I understand that Magpie's not in a good state of mind to deal with this, but she has to understand. I'm pretty much 16 years old, and I still haven't got my bank account yet. The reason why I'm telling you this, it's because I'm the one who is trying to get trying to get one of Magpie's, I'm trying to get my artwork of my OC with rarity on one of Magpie's commissions, but I never got to pay her firsthand because I don't have my bank account yet. I tried to buy myself time, so hopefully I get my bank account prior, and I'd soon get the hang of things on how to use it and how I could donate and help. It'd be a big help to Magpie, but I missed that opportunity. I just feel super uber duper supremely bad about what Magpie's going through. She's having a problem with her money. Her mom's been diagnosed with frontal lobe dementia. But in case some of you don't know what that is, the frontal lobe is like the forward front part of the brain, of the human and skull and or brain. That is your ability to see, like your eyes. Like you begin to whenever you see something, you begin to forget. Forget who or whatever you see, and a very bad memory loss. And dementia is like a very bad mental health condition where people experience memory loss and Alzheimer's disease. And she's also been and Magpie's mom's been diagnosed with also Alzheimer's disease. And Lost's grandma specifically her mother, has been diagnosed with dementia. I just want to make amends, all right? And Lost and Magpie's comrades and or friends, if you're listening to this and or watching this, don't block me. I just want to make amends, all right? Can't block someone who's trying to make better themselves and apologize to those whom they apologize to those they idolized. Take me, for example. I idolize you, Magpie, Lost, Juicy, Scribbler, every pony. Well, everyone, to be exact. Sorry. Sorry. Why am I always saying that? Sorry. Look, I'm a mega fan. I'm a mega fan, and I've been wanting to be a voice actor, be a voice actor in your team, and a lore and episode idealist, and a guy who gives out pep talks. In fact, my pep talks made big changes in other people's lives. On Discord, one of my friends has been having relationship troubles, but I gave him one of my pep talks, and it did him a big favor, like the good kind. Like his life became much easier and much more happier. And I even gave some pep talks to some other of my peers on Discord, and they were healed, and it helped them real good. And I feel proud. It's like every time I give out a speech, it heals someone. It's like, and I know this, and Magpie, Lost, again, if you're watching this, I know this truth sounds a bit much to swallow, and it might hurt, but when the truth hurts, it heals. That's a saying, and I learned that from one of my shows back in the old days. I felt supremely bad of not paying a Magpie. But Magpie, if I looked like some sort of scammer, then I would have done something to your bank account the moment you told me. I mean, the moment, and you told me. If I did something, and plus, I don't even have the guts to pull off a very cold-hearted act of sabotaging your bank account. That would be rude of me, and that would make me a golden-hearted person that I'm now. One of my friends on Discord said that I have a strong heart, and I'm even a good artist and a talented artist on voices, ideas, creativity, you name it. And as we all are. And I'm diagnosed with ADHD, well, a variant of it. And I'm also diagnosed with autism. So I know this sounds very private, but I might as well, but I can't, but I just need to tell you guys, I just wanted to tell you guys so I could express myself that way. Express myself. So I could heal, so I could fill up a hole in my heart. My heart was hurt the moment I lied to Magpie that I promised her that I'd pay her. And not saying that I did something to her account and lied, not explaining that. I was just nervous and hoped that once I get my bank account sooner, at the moment the rarity auction commission was still there, I'd finally have my OC and his store and the story behind him recognized, and people would begin to like him. I had my opportunity for people to see my OCs and recognize my creativity, but my old team, my old YouTube channel team destroyed that opportunity and threw me out like I was garbage and spoke shite out of me, spoke shite of me, said I was self-centered and narcissistic. And that's just a Third Reich wannabe propaganda, trying to turn someone into an enemy, like Hitler, like how Hitler did, trying to make the Allies look like they're the bad guys and the Germans the good guys. I'm still scarred, but Lost and Magpie healed that wound, and I don't want to hurt them. I want to help them. I want to help them rather than just words and stuff. I want to actually be there for them as their friend, a good friend. In fact, I have another friend who's also a big fan of their channel, and as I am. In fact, bloopers on the Lost Narrator's blooper videos are just so hilarious. I couldn't even laugh. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. Even for a mere second. I kept laughing so hard I almost had a stroke. But not literally, because I would be sent into the hospital in an instant. And my parents scamming's pretty much illegal in my country, which is Australia. And yeah. Sorry for getting off topic in some of these parts. It's a habit. I have a habit. Anyway, let's just get to my audio drama script. Here's my practice narration voice. It all began during the period after King Sombra was defeated, orchestrated by Princesses Celestia and Luna. Not all ponies believed that the rebellious legend was his actual name. In fact, some ponies believed he wasn't all that bad, but some believed the opposite. See, the rebellious legend's real name was Foxtrot. He was the first male alicorn, and a young one at that. He had black skin, his cutie mark changed from a fox's tail with a hat on it to a wolf's tail with a hat on it with wolf's teeth with a wolf's teeth necklace wrapped around the hat. He wore a musketeer's hat with a red feather on it. In his time, he lived and flourished his home of Ponyville. He'd greet the neighbors and the inhabitants. Foxtrot passes through a sugar cube corner. He'd always ask for a tray of cupcakes to start the day and have a nice talk and socialize with every pony and become every pony's friend and protector. All was well until one day it wasn't. Sorry, my bad. When the sun was setting, okay, now, all was well until one day it wasn't. When the sun was setting, giving the sign that curfew has begun, he noticed a strange shadowy figure near the Everfree forest and followed it, which led at Foxtrot to the sight of a strange statue that called to him. spoke out the words in a mysterious, eerie tone and whispers. As Foxtrot exclaimed in surprise, with his horn glowing with magic at the ready for whatever creature was waiting to ambush him. "Who's there? Show yourself! Or face my wrath! I trained in combat and defense, so don't test or try me!" As the voices began to grow louder, Foxtrot turned to find the source, and, to his surprise, it came from the statue. And as he went closer out of curiosity and landed his hoof hold on. Hoof on the statue, what happened, and after that interaction changed him forever. It changed him forever. After Foxtrot interacted with the statue, he froze in a trance-like state, and as he turned to hear the sound of a bunny passing by, felt a strong urge to kill the bunny, and then pounced on it, pinning it to the ground. Found sprawled organs and flesh all over the ground. Even a splash of blood impacted on the statue, making a stain, and as he stomped at the bunny's skull, which crushed it, Foxtrot snapped out of his trance and ended up shocked to realize who the brutally slaughtered bunny with white skin belonged to. It was Angel Fluffy Bunny, Fluttershy's pet bunny. After that, Foxtrot noticed a lake nearby. He washed off the blood on his face, hooves. Hold on. Sorry. And washed off the blood on his face, hooves, and body just to make sure that no pony knew what he was doing or what he had done. Foxtrot was distraught and very sad of what he had done. He murdered one of his friend's pets. Hold on. He murdered. Oh. He murdered some pony. He murdered some pony's pet, and now one day his fate will become sealed either by punishment or instant death or both. What have I done? What have I become? I can't tell Twilight or any of the others, or the princesses, or anyone about this. If I do, then it will be the end of me. I said the traumatized Alicorn, still distraught after the events of what crime he had committed, but vowed to stay silent and not utter a word. A mysterious voice whispered those words, which caught Foxtrot's attention, and he traced the source of the sound of whoever was speaking, whoever spoke to him in surprise. Yourself. Before Foxtrot proceeded further to find the voice, he overheard voices. It was roaming in the evergreen forest near him. Turns out it's Applejack doing one of her deliveries while being accompanied by Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy. Foxtrot began to feel shocked at the thought of being seen and then being brought to the royal palace in Canterlot in chains for a crime that he never meant to commit, and someone else did. And some pony else did, or rather, someone some pony inside him did. Foxtrot checked the sky to calculate the time, and then to his surprise, it's past. It's past curfew, and hold on. past curfew, and he must return. And he must go back home. Foxtrot began to feel nervous, but took some deep breaths, and then came up with the idea of acting normal and natural, like everything is normal. If it doesn't work, then he'll have no other choice but to run and hole up in his house in Ponyville near the boutique carousel. Foxtrot walked out of the bush to come face to face with Applejack, Rainbow Dash, and Fluttershy in front of them, cutting into their path, which caught them off guard, scaring them in surprise. Oh, sorry for scaring you. I'm sorry for... Oh, hold on.